After the release of the Finance and Felony DLC, GTA Online players were left scratching their heads wondering, what's next? Obviously wondering if Rockstar was going to add more businesses to the game. After all, the first ever business in GTA Online had a positive impact on the game, so adding more businesses to the game would make total sense. Sadly, for those hoping to get a new business, they'd be left disappointing with the stunning DLC released a month after the Finance and Felony DLC. But in October of 2016, 4 months later, the Biker DLC was released. The DLC heavily requested by a lot of biker enthusiasts within the community at the time. The Biker DLC brought a brand new vibe and type of DLC to the game. No fancy dresses or suits, just a bunch of gritty bikers ready to get down and dirty on their choppers. And then there was Malk on his sissy sports bike. But beneath all the biker vibes and clubhouses, there was a laptop in the back room with some purchasing options for a couple of new businesses. GTA Online has just got its very own drug business. But with such a vast difference in prices of all the locations, which one was the one to go for? If you invested into the city locations, you would spend millions more than in Blaine County. But was it worth it? Does your product sell for more money if you get one of those locations? What about upgrades? Which business is worth it? And why does document forgery seem to only commit forgery on my bank account rather than in the documents? It was these questions and so much more that would get answered in the days and weeks that followed. But one thing was for certain, this wasn't a great business, and all we were left to do with the biker business was just to simply wait until it would fill up. My initial reaction to this was really like, okay, but is this a DLC then? Is this our gameplay loop? Just waiting 5 hours until my cocaine business fills up? It didn't matter how often you would resupply your business, and it was kind of confusing in a way too, because once again, GTA Online had added something that we never had before, a passive business that would generate revenue over time while you did other stuff in the game, something that at the time was like, really? So I don't have to do anything with this, I can just leave it on and resupply it from time to time? Back then, the whole meta wasn't even that you would go as far as just simply purchase resupplies. People would actually go on and do the resupply missions themselves, because $75,000 at the time for a business that would sell for that little was relatively confusing.
Hey pal, it's your friend LJT. Just a heads up to say that your business has ground to a halt because they're making stock quicker than you're selling it. It's called turnover, so turn it over.
I know it's you insufferable oaf. I'm on the bloody throne.
We obviously can't talk about the biker business without the now infamous Long John Teabag, better known as LJT, or just Lester with a voice changer. The man is still driving people up to the wall until this very day. Every time you would even have the slightest chance of taking a break from your biker business, he would call you like a desperate ex-girlfriend who can't seem to understand that blocking her phone number 3 times does indeed mean that you don't want to talk to her any longer. Back then, there was no arcade with a master control terminal to resupply everything from one spot in a few clicks. No sir, you had to go to each individual business location to resupply every 2 hours or so. But at the time, it really was worth it. The cocaine business sold for $500,000 and you didn't even have to do anything for it. You could just walk away with literal millions, and all you had to do was leave your game on for long enough to make the money. Which, after the initial investment, took a bit of time to turn a profit. And back then, it was worth it or not worth it, depending on how much money you had and how much time you spent in the game. Because, well, you could combine the biker business with, logically, the CEO crate business, for example, or a pack standard heist. It was just simply there in the background, you would make money, and as far as I remember, people were just really digging this idea of just having a passive business always making money while you do whatever you feel like playing in the game. Sales missions, however, followed the same path as the CEO crate business. You would get a slow vehicle and you have to bring that to the other side of the map. This included boats, planes, helicopters, and if you got really unlucky, you got a postal P van. The same concept of selling in public lobbies and risking your life savings while someone in a jet was trying to ruin your life still obviously applied. And with multiple slow vehicles to sell, the crisis for Rockstar to allow us to sell in a private lobby rapidly increased. And because of the lack of these private lobbies, more and more methods were trying to be found so that everyone could just have their own solo public sessions, which obviously Rockstar would actively try and fix, though not always very successful. Something that was actually eventually added 6 years later though, in July of 2022 in the Criminal Enterprises DLC, was this ability to sell in a private lobby. Better late than never, eh? The biker business completely changed the way that people approach making money in the game. It was and still is a great addition to the game and allows people to play what they feel like playing while still making some decent money in the background. Combine this with the bunker and nightclub business that were added within the 2 years after the release of the biker DLC, and you had yourself a recipe for a passive business galore the game had never seen before. Although you could definitely argue the position of the biker business in today's economy, the impact that it had on the game as a whole would be felt forever. But those are just some of my thoughts. Of course, I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. Do you have any fond memories of biker businesses, or has it just been nothing but post-op vans and jets trying to murder you? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, and if you really like what you see on the channel, make sure to become a member like Chloe, KFC Chicken, and Shapeshift Gaming. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.